During the trial, I discovered something horrifying. While the girl was testifying through tears about how she'd been molested, the defendant, her teacher, had his hand hidden under the table, begins to savor it, and becomes very excited. That is when I realized the girl's accusations were all true. The client I thought was innocent was actually a disgusting scumbag. I immediately requested a recess and stormed into the restroom in a rage. If I kept defending this bastard, I'd be betraying my conscience. But if I quit now, I'd not only end my 63-case winning streak, I could also destroy my entire career. I was trapped at a crossroads between ambition and morality. As I was wrestling with this dilemma, a journalist walked in. He had witnessed the whole trial and mocked me, accusing me of hiding in the bathroom because I was scared of losing. He predicted my undefeated record would end with this case and that I'd become a laughingstock in the legal world.
It's a nice one, Kev. Had to close out someday. Nobody wins them all.
His mockery pushed me past my moral limits. Driven by ego, I let my conscience be devoured, and a smirk slowly spread across my face. When the court reconvened, I presented evidence painting the girl as a troubled delinquent. I told the court she was a disruptive student who deliberately humiliated her teacher and even called him an idiot. She was only given detention after the teacher caught her. She then held a grudge and fabricated the entire molestation story out of revenge. My attitude was ruthless, and my words were razor sharp. The girl and her lawyer were completely defenseless. Using my ability to twist the truth, I turned an innocent victim into a malicious liar right before everyone's eyes. When the verdict came in, the jury found the girl's story to be a lie, and the scumbag teacher was acquitted. Afterward, my wife and I went to a bar to celebrate keeping my winning streak alive. Just as I was basking in my success, the most prestigious law firm in New York invited me to join them. At first, I thought it was just a friend messing with me and didn't take it seriously, but then he showed me an official letter of recommendation. Though I was shocked, I accepted on the spot. After moving to New York, I quickly started my new job and took on my first case. My client was being prosecuted for slaughtering a sheep after someone reported him. It seemed like an unwinnable case, but I knew it was a test to see if I could stay at the firm. In the following days, I threw myself completely into the case, working around the clock while my wife began decorating our new home. At first, everything went smoothly, but as time passed, she became more and more restless and wanted to go shopping with the neighbor. But when the neighbor was changing, she suddenly transformed into a demon right before my wife's eyes. Terrified, my wife fled in panic. Even after getting home, she was still trembling with fear and told me what happened. But I didn't believe her at all, dismissing it as her just feeling insecure in our new environment. My wife insisted that ever since we moved here, she felt like something dark was pressing down on her, and her mental state was getting worse every day. She begged me to leave, but for the sake of my career, I had no choice but to refuse her and brought my mother to take care of her instead. Finally, using my wits, I found a loophole in the case and managed to get my client acquitted. The firm's owner personally met with me. We had a great conversation, and he decided to throw a party in my honor. I brought my entire family to celebrate my victory, but the moment my mother laid eyes on the boss, she froze. She managed only a stiff greeting before she hurried out of the party. The next day, she packed her bags and, despite my objections, returned to the countryside immediately.